Fearful spider house. Dead ahead. You mean like right here?
That's kind of funny. Dead ahead because it's a fearful house.
I feel like there's this thing trying to attack me, so I'm just gonna go straight in. So inside, much akin to Ocarina of Time, we have a cursed dude.
What the hell?
Help me! I'm not a monster! The spider's curse, it made me this way! I beg of you, in here! Find them all! The gold ones! The cursed spiders! Defeat them quickly!
He's got an arm, like a human arm turning into a spider leg.
Oh yes. So basically, we need to find all the gold skulltulas, kill them, and collect the gold token, the spider token. But like, he's got part of a face.
I've seen that mask.
That's the mask of truth, and he's got an arm and all sorts of other hideous things. I mean, that's a mouth. That I don't think the normal spiders have that. Do they? I don't remember. Either way.
Ugh, creepy.
Creepy dude, and then random dog.
What? Dog?
Dog?
There, it ain't safe.
So this actually, I think, is a very interesting little side quest in the game, because while in Ocarina of Time, the gold skulltulas, the gold skulltulas were just scattered throughout the world, and you had to kill them and collect the tokens. In this game, they're all confined to this single temple, which I think is kind of nice, actually. Instead of spending the entire game just kind of running all over the place looking for them, we find them here. Now, you'll have to forgive me if I don't quite remember where all of them are, because it's been a little bit since I played the 3DS version, and I imagine they're not totally the same. But here's something that's interesting. We have all these little soft dirt patches, right?
Yeah, I was wondering about those.
And oftentimes they're on the walls, and we're like, well, we can't really plant one of those magic beans here, so there's got to be something else we can do.
They were on the walls of Romani's house.
Yep. And so what you actually do is you drop bugs near them, and the bugs will crawl inside and spit out something. Generally, you'll get things like rupees or, I don't know, like other random things that are consumable. But in here, we get gold skulltulas. Of course, it requires us to have the whatchamacallit, the bugs first. But yeah. And I feel like we learned that through some character at some point in the game, and they're like, hey, by the way, those soft patches of dirt, you can put more than just beans in there. And you're like, oh, I wonder what that means. Well, it means you can put bugs in it.
Okay, I can see that.
And the trick really to this area is listening for the skulltulas. And it's going to be a little challenging because we have the volume down quite low. But, okay.
Oh, nice.
And I think, so it's really easy if you have the grappling hook, but I believe we can work around that by... No. There's some way we can get these. Maybe he'll just come down low enough. Perfect. Yeah, I know that this temple was designed so that we don't need the hook shot in order to accomplish everything.
Those are some massive pots. Like, you could climb inside of that pot.
In fact, you can't. But there is... Let me pause. There is something inside of these.
Oh, and you have to be him to break them?
You don't break them, actually. You, punch them? There we go.
Oh. Get it. Get it.
Bam! I like this a lot, too, because it also really breaks up the normal pace of the game. And it kind of feels like a dungeon in itself, but it's like, it's very, I don't know, just fun. Fun and different.
Is there something behind those vines that Find you all.
Yes. I'm gonna worry about that after I wake up this guy. Up, left, A, right, A. Up, left.
A, right, A.
A, right, A. Oop. Up, left, A, right, A. There we go.
I like that song.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've needed to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these songs that we get for the temples, we often don't really get another opportunity to use.
It's like that in Wind Waker.
Yeah, but I really like that in this one. Oop, get out of there. I like in this game that, or rather, I do like when it is reused, even if it's for like one other little thing. It's like, yeah, I get to use this thing again that I learned like half the game ago.
Remember how in Wind Waker the ones that you use to get into the temple are super duper long?
What's super long? The songs? Mm-hmm. Oh, I do remember, because you had to change it to the, like, what was it? I forget it was like 5/8.
Yeah, you had to change the time signature.
Yeah, that was a really interesting modification of the music system in the game.
I liked it. It felt more like legitimate.
Yeah, I think when I first encountered it, I really didn't like it. And then as I continued to play Wind Waker, it kind of grew on me. Because I was like, well, this isn't an instrument. This is like a rhythm tool. And I was like, eh.
You still get time signatures and rhythm?
Well, yeah. Oh, you do need the bow for this. Oh, well, we get the bow in the Swamp Temple, so I guess it's... I think we pretty much just need to have gotten the Goron Mask, as far as getting the Goron Mask to be able to complete this. But obviously having more jars is pretty nice too.
Oh, yeah.
So then we don't have to keep running around and...
Looking for bugs.
Yup, pretty much. Bees!
Bees!
Oh, jeez. I didn't realize they were going to follow me up here. One of my favorite GIFs of all time on the internet is, you know how in the Oprah show, Oprah's always like, look under your chairs, everybody is a free gift card for this thing, or, you know, weird shit like that. My favorite is a GIF of the Oprah show, and she's like, everyone gets, and then it like shows her arms in the air, like maniacal looking, and she's like, everyone gets bees, and then just bees start swarming out from all directions, and people are like freaking out because, you know, in that show everyone freaks out and they're like, oh my god, this is amazing, I'm so happy,
I got a new card.
well, it shows all these people flailing around like they're in a panic with bees just everywhere. It is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. There's never a moment that it doesn't make me laugh.
Ooh, door.
Door.
I see where you're at now.
Alright.
Yeah, Chris is playing right now because I'm eating mac and cheese.
Yeah, she needed a food break. We record pretty late. I mean, it's only like 11 o'clock right now.
That's late for me. You gotta be up early.
Heck yeah, we all got day jobs. Shit.
Making that money.
Yeah, unfortunately, much of the nature of most YouTubers, this does not pay our bills. In fact, this is pretty much a hobby, as you would say.
A labor of love.
Exactly. Fuck, I don't know how to get this guy. Unless there is...
Secret things? Lens of truth? What?
Oh, I could probably get it from this. Oh, okay, yeah, I know how to get him.
Oh, and then you fly up there?
Exactly. So, yeah. But, you know.
I guess that's useful. What?
Although, I guess at some point, we're probably going to have a Patreon set up. So, if people do want to support us, I mean, I guess keep your eyes open for that. Not that I expect to get many people to want to give us money on a monthly basis, but hey, I won't complain.
If it pays you back for all the supplies.
Yeah, that's
Just for this recording space.
That's kind of the crazy thing too, is that with YouTube, it's like some people will watch really terrible quality just for something very specific, and that's kind of what we saw with Arcane Duels, which is another channel that I work with, and they do I guess they do kind of like competitive matches or like game analyses of a tabletop game called Majora, which is like a board game and card game. It's actually really, really interesting, and they sort of run the like fan base sort of community. Like it's unofficial, the whole thing, but people love Majora so much that when they started putting out videos, it was just about as awful of quality as you could get. Like it was bad, and this was before I was working with them too. And I was like, please let me edit your videos, please. And so they were like, yeah, sure. I mean, if you want to work for free, like by all means. And I was like, okay, whatever. It's worth it. I'll worry about him after I plant a flower. Or plant thing.
Ooh, plants!
And so, yeah, they got a huge following while their videos were crappy. And, you know, I jumped on board. The video quality got much better. And they've regularly gotten more and more views over time, or more and more subscribers, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. And then there are channels like this one, Game Devs Play Games, where, you know, I put a lot of money into getting nice microphones, giving our recording space and audio treatment, and pretty much doing everything that I can to kind of make sure that the quality is as good as we can afford. And, you know, it still is a little hard to get noticed a lot of the times. And I'm not complaining, because I do really enjoy making these videos. But it's time intensive and it's money intensive. And so I understand why a lot of YouTubers do give up after a while. Even the ones that get a lot of attention, it's not a money-making business. Oh, I really hope I didn't just dump this on the side.
Dumped it on the oh,
yeah.
Thank God. It looked like you were just dumping it on the side.
There was a real possibility with my aim. That's one of my biggest beefs, like on a really little inconsequential scale with this game, is that there's a lot of things like that where it's like, if you're just barely off, it just fucks up the whole thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, we kind of saw that in earlier episodes when you were, I think you're...
rolling around as Darunia and...
Oh, yeah, rolling around as Darunia.
Falling off levels.
Even in the very beginning when we were trying to give Kaume that red potion, the witch.
Oh, my fucking God.
And you drank it instead, and it was just like, ah!
Yeah, no, that was so upsetting.
I mean, it's funny in retrospect, but there really are a lot of things like that in this game where it's just like, you fuck up once, then you got to go through a whole strew of tasks again just to do it again.
Yeah, it's a real pain in the ass.
And like, Majora's Mask is a really, really fun game, but there's so many things that just are awful as far as design goes, just terrible.
And I'm not a patient person, you guys.
No, you're about as far from patient as most people can get.
You know, I watched this TED Talk that it was given by a game developer who makes kind of social, not social games as in social media, social as in social awareness. But her talk was all about the qualities that gamers have and how they're actually very good qualities, and people hiring should probably look for these qualities, and people, and like, if you say you're a gamer, you should be excited because this person probably can lend a lot of stuff to your company. But one of the qualities that she described gamers as having is urgent optimism. So not just, I can do this, I can beat this task, but I have to do it now. And I'm like, that is me. I'm like, I have to do it. I'm not just in games. I do that in real life. Like, I have to solve this problem right now. Otherwise, I can't relax.
Well, yeah, you dwell on it.
But now I'm like, it's because I'm a gamer. Urgent optimism, guys. I gotta solve this problem now.
Yeah, that's pretty fair, and that is actually a pretty good quality. It's funny because something like that came up at work today. We were talking about it, how like I'm one of those kind of people that I sort my email inbox. Like I make sure that my inbox is empty at all times, and that all emails that I want to keep are sorted into folders, and because of that, I set up alerts on my phone or whatever I'm using to notify me when I get an email. And my boss at work was like, you actually like getting pestered every couple of minutes whenever you get an email? And I'm like, yeah, I always know what's going on, and because of that, I can just like take care of shit right away. I don't have to sit around, wait for things to get finished, or I don't have to set reminders. I just do it. It's awesome.
Get it done.
I probably should have hit that switch. I think that was going to drop a ladder, and I assumed that it was going to do something else. My
In
bad.
this case, you didn't drop the ball.
Ha 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 ha.
Anytime I can drop a pun,
I-
I will.
I mean, I won't lie. I love puns like that. Yep. And that's how I get that one. Yep, okay. I was just dopey.
Night of the first day, oh my.
So, it's actually interesting. If we hadn't slowed down time and rewound time, we actually might have been hitting the second day by now. And if you don't know where all the gold Skulltulas are, you actually... when I was playing this in the 3DS, I actually got to a point where... I think I had to restart and do it all over again because I didn't get everything. It's just like, son of a bitch.
How many are you supposed to get?
Oh, I don't think there's a Skulltula here. I think there's 16? Maybe there's 15.
You're already at 20.
Oh, well, I needed arrows anyway. I'm at 20?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, actually, I think I'm doing okay. This next room that I'm going to go into has a lot of them. Oh, hey, look, there's a guy right here. I thought I heard another one in here. Bam. Oh, there still is another one. Oh, I know how to get that one. I'll get him in a second. Gotta give me some wowda. Wowda. I'm really happy, by the way, that I came prepared. I knew that I was going to need magic beans in this because this is just a pain in the ass without them. I think you might be able to beat this one without magic beans if you have the hook shot.
Yeah, we don't have that.
We don't have that. We're very close to getting it, but we decided to get masks instead.
Spoiler alert!
I mean, with Zelda, that's like not even a spoiler anymore. It's like the hook shot's going to be in every game.
Yeah.
I think they introduced the hook shot in
Oh.
I'll just use the arrows. I got plenty. I think they introduced the hook shot in the Super Nintendo game, didn't they?
I don't remember.
I've been playing Zelda 2, which actually, as much as people hate that game, I actually really have been enjoying it. Don't get me wrong, the level design is just god-awful, but there's some really, really redeeming qualities to that game.
Like the music that gets stuck in my head
Oh,
whenever
God.
I play.
The music is so good. But even the combat in that game is actually really, really fun, too. At some point, I kind of want to play it on the show. And I feel like... I mean, I already kind of made it a goal to play every single Zelda game that there is and ever will be. What are you doing, guy? And I guess we don't have to do that on the show, but it would be kind of fun. And I know that's kind of what the Game Grumps are doing too, but they don't talk game design as much as we do, so I feel like we're not copying them exactly.
My word.
My word! I'm sure there's plenty of other people that have done all the Zelda games too on YouTube, because Zelda games are kind of a staple.
They're pretty great.
They are pretty fantastic.
Pretty great.
It is really interesting, though, going back and playing these games, because I have come to find that they really do have a lot of flaws in their designs in a lot of the games. And when you play these games as a kid, you don't really, like... You kind of look beyond that, and you're like, they're all fantastic, and they're perfect. And going back and playing them, I'm like, no, actually... They're not perfect. All right, I think I got all of them out of this room.
Playing them with game design knowledge.
That's fair. I mean, I feel like before I became a game designer, I still felt that going back and playing a lot of games was very unsatisfying, and I didn't necessarily know why, but I was like, man, this game isn't as good as I thought it was. But now I can actually look at something and be like, okay, this is probably bad because of this, this, and this. But it still is good because of this, this, and that. Alright, I'm at that point where I'm hazy on the last few. I thought there was one in here. Maybe if I shoot it in the eyes. Nope, that just gives me rupees.
I was going to say, the eyes, that's a common Zelda thing.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely one still in this room. I think there might be 30 in total. Because we're at 27.
I would think at this point it would be weird if it was 28 or 29.
Yeah, I mean, if it were an odd number like 27, it'd be like, well, that's just awkward.
Mm-hmm. I hear it.
I hear it too.
It's taunting us.
It's close. I can't remember which of these dirt things I've already bugged out.
I thought you've done all of them.
I'll try this one again. I know that the gold skulltulas get louder as you get closer to them. Oh, maybe I haven't done this one.
It's like in Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, well, that's
actually... That's where they get it, anyway.
Yeah, that's definitely where they got it from. This is your 28th one.
God damn it!
Alright.
Spiders?
I don't hear any more in here. Which means... we're gonna go here again. Okay, I hear one in here.
Yep.
I find it silly that I've taken this much damage, by the way.
Yeah, what the hell?
It's because the gold skulltulas are actually kind of tough to hit. Because they're so low on the ground, you actually... I tend to accidentally touch them before I hit them. Because you have to do the downward slash in order to damage them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's odd. What was that thing on the ground?
What thing?
Yeah.
This?
Yeah.
This
Can you pick it up?
This is just rock.
Oh.
With bugs!
I thought maybe if you broke it. Bugs!
I think we'll fast forward through some of these dead moments, by the way.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Alright. It was in one of the giant jars. Like I thought it was. But for whatever reason, it just wasn't working. Which is a pain in the ass. But alright. So there's that. So now that we have one more. You're super sleepy.
I'm falling asleep.
The food did it. There we go. Jesus. Alright, we got them all.
Fucking finally.
That only took about 20 minutes, maybe, to find that last one.
That little jerk.
So it turned out it was inside of one of those little beehives in that tree room, but I guess it just doesn't make much sound because it's so high up, so you can't really like get into near proximity with it, which is why I circled around into every room looking for it. Now he's a normal dude. Whoa, I've been saved! I thought that I was going to die. You see, for a while back, someone told me I could become rich, and he gave me this mask. He said the instructions were inscribed somewhere in here, but when I went to look, I was cursed. If I had known it, If I had known it, it would be such an ordeal. I never would have taken it. Here, take it. It's yours. Yay, we got the Mask of Truth.
Yay!
Now we can talk to dogs and stones. Whee, where's that puppy at?
Oh, that's why he's in here, so you could talk to him when you're done.
Exactly. I've had it with this foolish master. What's a racing dog like me doing in a place like this?
Good question.
Oh, how I miss the ranch. And that is for another episode. We will see you in the archives, guys.
Good night.
Good night.